Hey Flower Tribe, it's Lehman from Cranbury Fields Flower Farm, and today I want to show you how to turn your hydrangeas from pink to blue and from blue to pink and even like some purpley colors in between. So let me just show you guys my new little setup here. I finally figured out, I think, how to use a mic. So hopefully I'm not having all sorts of like residual noises in the back. So let me know if you guys are joining me. If you can hear everything okay. I'm just trying to fix my screen over here so I could see you guys a little bit better. Bear with me here. Let me get my big screen going. And let me know where you guys are viewing this from today. I'd love to see how our flower tribe is growing around the globe each week. So if you're on, let me know where you're from. Let me know what the weather's like today. So we are in New Jersey. I have a flower farm here in Cranbury, New Jersey, and we're a zone 6 planting area. So I'm going to give you a lot of tips on endless summer hydrangea today. We're going to talk a little bit about Annabelle hydrangea and Incredible hydrangea, and I just want to show you some really terrific tips. So if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet and you like fun free gardening tips, please feel free to do so and hit the bell notification so you know whenever I post another fun free flower tip video. So if you guys can in chat, let me know when you guys join us and let me know if the sounds okay. And I guess, listen, let's dive right in. So a lot of you have been asking a lot of questions about hydrangea color and how to alter them. And it's really a super simple trick. So you can use things from your kitchen, just like coffee grounds. You can use eggshells. From your garden, you can use things like pine needles, and that's going to wind up altering your soil's pH. Now, the soil's pH is really important because once you figure out how to get your soil's pH to a certain number, that's going to determine how much aluminum that the hydrangea can absorb. So I'm going to make this really simple. I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit, but this is kind of what we're aiming for. So aluminum is really like one of the major things that we're going to be working with as we're trying to figure out this hydrangea mystery. So basically, you're going to try to figure out, first of all, do you want your hydrangeas to be blue? Because if you are, you're going to want your soil pH to be acidic. So the soil acidity has to be lower than neutral. So I'm going to show you this little diagram that I had a friend of mine, Anna. Thank you, Anna, for setting this up. So this is your pH scale. 7's in the middle. And do you guys see this backwards? Because I'm laughing because it's almost like looking in a mirror right now. But 7's in the middle. And if you go lower, you're going to wind up having more acidic acid. So if your pH soil is like around a 6, you're going to wind up starting to get bluer flowers. And if your soil pH is more around like an 8, you're going to wind up having more like an alkaline soil, and you're going to wind up getting pinker flowers. So I'm going to kind of backtrack a bit. So the way to alter that pH in your soil is to add things like coffee grounds. So if you want that really blue hydrangea flower, you're going to wind up adding a little bit of coffee grounds just around the base of your like endless summer hydrangea, your Nico hydrangea. You can also try to get like some of the redder hydrangeas, more blue, but they're probably going to wind up being more purple at that point. Here's the thing. You can't do this trick with Annabelle hydrangea, and it will not work with limelight hydrangea. So the white hydrangeas that you have it won't work with. You have to work with one that kind of has a little bit of color in it. Let me just get on my screen over here. Get in here for a second. So I want to see if you guys are with me. I don't know. I'm having a little bit of a crazy time with this technology today. Okay, if you guys are with me, just actually, if you can, give me a thumbs up, because for some reason I can't see chats, but I can see the thumbs up. So if you guys can hear me, that would be great. So, okay, so let's go back to this. So if you're looking to turn your endless summer, your Nico hydrangea, some of your other bluer or pinker hydrangeas, blue, you're going to wind up once again sprinkling some of those coffee grounds around, because that's going to make the soil a little more acidic. Or you can do some pine needles. So if you have some pine needles that have fallen from a tree, you can just kind of sprinkle that around the base of the plant and kind of water it in. And then after a while, those hydrangeas should turn like blue. So if you don't want to deal with the stuff from your kitchen, you can use like some of the store-bought items. So I actually used some espoma. This is like a soil acidifier. And what I did was I sprinkled this around my hydrangea, and I did that like in the beginning of spring. But here's the thing, you have to kind of like continually do this. So they actually recommend that if you want to, you can do it like every 60 days. But make sure that your hydrangea is hydrated before you do this. Because if your hydrangea is not hydrated and you sprinkle like too much of these fertilizers on it, it might wind up burning your hydrangea. So what I do is I'll go out there, I will actually wind up like hydrating my hydrangea like the night before. And then that's it. Then like the next day I'll go out there, I'll sprinkle a little bit around the base and I'll water it in. And so things like a soil acidifier is going to help make that pH a little more acidic. And once that soil is acidic, it helps the blooms to absorb the aluminum. So that's kind of like what the acidity does. So it helps like I kind of make just like a better like throughway for the aluminum to be sucked up in the plant. And that's going to give it more of like that blue color. So let's see. Oh, thank you guys for the thumbs up. I can see it. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I don't know why my chat's not working today. Isn't that odd? Somebody put something in the chat comment. I don't know why it's not coming out my end. Very odd. Okay, these are like more blue. This is all from like the same hydrangea row. So I've given you guys like lots of tours of that hydrangea row that's towards the back of my house. So these guys are more blue, and that's because I did like that soil acidifier. But I wanted to get some this year that were kind of pink. So they didn't turn pink, they wound up turning purple. And the way that I got them to be this more purpley color, hopefully it's going to wind up turning pink as I add more, is I added garden lime. So garden lime is going to wind up making your soil more alkaline. And so I added this once again. It's an espoma product. They didn't sponsor this video, but I happen to like their products. So anyway, I sprinkled a little bit around this, you know, one of the hydrangeas that were towards the end of the row. And I did this just, I don't know, about a month ago. And in about a week ago, they were actually pink. And now like this going back to like its natural state. So this is kind of what's probably going to happen in your gardens, that, you know, like your soil has like a natural state. So my pH is usually a little more acidic. So most of my hydrangeas have that blue color. So when I switched it over, I tried to switch it over to that pink color, you know, it started to get there. And then I think it kind of went back to more of like that acidic. So I'm going to sprinkle some more. Another way to get pinker hydrangeas is to sprinkle eggshells around the base of the plant. So you can just kind of crack them up, crumble them up, sprinkle them all around, and that's going to make the pH a little more alkaline, a little more basic, and then you're going to get those pinker blooms. And so I guess the blooms that are in the middle are, you know, like those, the purple. So, you know, somewhere between the pink and the blue are going to be your purple guys. So I've got some out there right now that are like bright blue, some that were pink, and now some that are like purple. Now, if you have a red hydrangea, it's really kind of cool to sprinkle some, you know, some coffee grounds or the pine needles or that soil acidifier, because if you have a red hydrangea and you put like a soil acidifier that's supposed to make it turn more blue, it's going to turn like a deep purple. And that's really awesome. So some of those, you know, flowers out there will be amazingly purple and gorgeous. So let me think what else I wanted to let you guys know. I wanted to thank an anonymous viewer for providing today's cup of caffeine. So you guys, if you're liking my garden tips and you like to buy me a cup of coffee, you can check that out in descriptions below. There's like a little link. And I appreciate you guys showing up, and I appreciate the cups of coffee that you guys sometimes buy me. That's kind of fun. So I wanted to show you another hydrangea tip while I have you here. What did I want to show you? Check out this guy. Oh, let me reach over here. This is incredible hydrangea that Proven Winners sent me. So they sent me a whole boatload of hydrangeas a few weeks ago. And Incredible is supposed to be like the new and improved Annabelle. So Annabelle has those big, giant, white, poofy blooms on the top, but a lot of times they kind of like fall to the ground. So Incredible is supposed to have the same, you know, type of giant white blooms on these thicker stems. So we're going to check that out. But I wanted to show you something. I didn't get this hydrangea in the ground as fast as I should have. So it's been sitting in one of my fields for about like 2 weeks now. So I planted the other ones that they sent over, but I'm still looking for a good spot for this guy. But what I noticed was it became root bound in the pot because of my mistake. And I want to show you what that means, because this might happen with your hydrangeas, and this is going to save you, you know, like just a whole bunch of like agony later on. So when they get root bound, it means that they've been in the pot too long. A lot of times you'll start seeing roots coming out of the bottom. And when you take it out of the pot to plant it, it winds up looking something like this. And you've got roots all over the place. Now, if you put this hydrangea in the ground, it's going to wind up having a barrier to all moisture. And that moisture won't be able to get into the plant, and it won't be able to hydrate it. So a good idea is to kind of like give your the root system like a little bit of a massaging. I'm not going to do like a full one here because I'm going to have like dirt falling all over the place, but you just kind of knead into it. You kind of break up that root system, and you do the same thing to the top, and you do the same thing to the bottom. And another great hydrangea tip that I have is to water the plant really well the night before in the pot, because you're going to start to like break up some of those roots, and it's going to be easier to give it like that little root massage once you're ready to plant it. So I'm going to do a whole series showing you guys how to plant hydrangeas, how to care for them. We're going to start that pretty soon, and I'm going to give you more great hydrangea tips. And yeah, I wish I could take your questions. I don't know why my live's being wacky today. I'm going to try. I don't know how to get a hold of you guys. My live chat's not coming through. I'm sorry about that. Well, listen, guys, if you have questions, leave them in comments, you know, to the side, because the live chat will pull up eventually. Eventually, I'll figure this out, and I'll see them later when I do the replay. And you can also ask your questions and comments below. I try to get to as many of those as I can each week. And the ones that I can't, I love that you guys are showing up on the Kelly Lehman's Flower Tribe Facebook group. So if you haven't hopped on over there yet, please do so, because there's gardeners from all over the world, and you guys are posting pictures of your own beautiful flowers in your gardens, and I love to see them. And you're also asking and answering each other's questions. So I appreciate the help. I can't get to everybody's questions every week as much as I'd like to, but you guys are helping to answer each other for me. And I think you have a really terrific community there. It's a really fun place for garden enthusiasts to hang out. So it's Kelly Lehman's Flower Tribe Facebook group. There's a link in descriptions below. And as always, please let me know where you're viewing this from. I love to see where you guys are from all over the world. And I have a new assistant, and we have like this whole map that she's making of where the flower tribe is all over the world. And you guys are like all over the place. It's so wild to see. So we're going to start posting that map pretty soon, so you can see how many countries you guys are from and how many different states. And so it's really fun to see all the places you guys are from. So any questions you have, once again, put them in comments below. Hop on over to Kelly Lehman's Flower Tribe Facebook group, and come say hi to us over on our Cranbury Fields Instagram page. I love seeing you guys over there. And I also do a Monday inspiration and lots of fun free sunflower giveaways, sunflower seed giveaways. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to end this live video now because I'm too much of a nitwit to figure out how to get the chats going. But I will see you next Thursday, 10:30. Hopefully, I'll figure this out. Now I'm considering, is this something to do with the mic? I don't know. Does anyone know if I hooked up like an external mic, why would that affect how the chat's showing up to the side? Because right now I've got nothing. I've got like a big blank screen on the side. All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for staying tuned. I'm going to repost this in case you missed part of it. I'm going to leave it up on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.